I still can't shake that feeling of panic. I was standing at the airport, completely frozen. My flight was canceled, and there I was, thousands of miles from home, no idea when I get back, and with absolutely no clue what to do next. It's funny how quickly things can change, right? One minute you're having the time of your life, exploring a new city, and the next, you're scrambling to make sure you don't get stranded in a foreign country with no way of getting home. This was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. I'd saved up for months, researched all the best spots, and had this entire itinerary planned out. But all that planning couldn't have prepared me for the chaos that followed. It all started when I was in Europe. I'd just finished a week of sightseeing in Spain, and my flight back home was booked. Everything was going smoothly until, without warning, a massive storm hit. Flights were delayed, then canceled. The airport was packed, and people were starting to get frantic. And in the middle of it, I started to feel a sense of dread creeping in. I was stuck, completely stuck. I immediately checked with my airline, hoping they would have a solution. But no, the next available flight home was 2 days later. 2 days. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's not so bad, right? But you've never experienced being alone in an airport in a foreign country with no place to go, no one to help, and no idea how you're going to figure this out. I started to panic. What if my hotel reservation ran out? What if my credit card got frozen because of the unexpected expenses? What if my entire trip fell apart? My mind was racing. And then it hit me: travel insurance. I had signed up for it months ago when I was booking my trip. Honestly, I didn't think much of it at the time. It seemed like a good idea, sure, but I wasn't expecting to actually need it. But here I was, in the middle of a crisis, and suddenly, that small investment felt like the smartest decision I'd ever made. I pulled out my phone and started looking at the insurance details. Within minutes, I had the support I needed. I called the number on the policy, and they immediately offered to rebook my flight for the next available option, cover the costs of my extended stay, and even help with a hotel. It was like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I remember feeling this sense of relief wash over me. Here I was, in a complete mess of a situation, and I had a safety net that actually worked. I think the hardest part of traveling is not knowing what's going to happen next. Plans get derailed. You face hiccups, delays, or unexpected obstacles. But when you have a support system like travel insurance, you know that someone's got your back when things go sideways. It was one of those moments where I realized how important it is to be prepared, even when everything seems fine. I could have just gone on the trip, not worried about travel insurance, and hoped for the best. But if I had done that, I don't know how I would have handled the situation. The financial stress alone would have been enough to ruin the trip. But thanks to the insurance, I was able to relax and focus on getting back home safely without worrying about extra costs or further delays. So, if you're planning a trip anytime soon, even if it's just a quick weekend getaway, I cannot stress enough how crucial travel insurance is. I learned that the hard way, but now I wouldn't dream of going anywhere without it. I found something that works for me, Aura's Insure. I'm not here to sell it to you. I'm just sharing this because it's been a lifesaver for me. Honestly, I wish I had known about it sooner. If you're like me and want to be prepared for the unexpected, it's worth checking out. I've used it a few times since that chaotic trip, and each time, it's been there for me when things went wrong. Sometimes life throws curveballs at you, and having a little extra peace of mind, well, that's priceless. So yeah, I really do trust it. And I just wanted to share my story in case it helps someone else avoid the same stress I went through.